Man, just marinate on this life shit, thinking about how preconceived notion or judgment ruins society. In today's climate, you could go outside, you could say hi to somebody, they'll get all mad all of a sudden and feel a certain type of way. Something within people in today's time now is nothing but judgment and, you know, looking up and down and finding something you like about that person. It usually, the first thing that people look at is your face. That's the main thing that is analyzed when someone comes across from you. The next one, I believe, is height. Height is one of, if not the most universal signs of attention. Depending on if you're tall, short, and then comes body type. Is this person fit? Does he look like he works out? He looks like he hasn't been keeping up with himself. He's let himself go, all that type of stuff. And most of the time, everything but height is what we can control. So I had to ask myself this question: are people too much into judging somebody based off their looks, or just judging somebody based off their appearance, like such as clothes and body type? Altogether, prejudgment within itself, like as a human characteristic, I think it's gone to the over extreme. It's limited your options. Every day we wake up, depending on if you are in a certain type of routine, sometimes I just I could be on my phone, or I could just go straight to the bathroom, brush my teeth. A lot of people, what they do is go straight to their phone. Within the first 5 minutes of waking up, you haven't opened your curtains, you haven't stretched, you haven't even used the bathroom, you haven't even put on a shirt. Out of all the things you could have done, you decide to go on your phone. And what's prevalent in today is that same mindset. What do I like? What do I not like? Who can I judge? Who can I categorize? Who can I put in a box? And this is just a result of one of the ways in which humans have preconceived judgment. So much so that in real life, right, you can't even stir up a conversation with somebody like saying hi to someone, already that person has this benchmark of who and who not to communicate with based off of their preferences. You know, for example, if you under like five, if you under like 6'1", right, as a man, and you say hi to a woman, because most women have height preferences. If you say hi to her, she will not respond. And on the men's side, if let's say you're talking to a woman and she might not look a certain way and she tries to reach out to you, uh, you don't really respond or you don't initiate conversation. And I think, actually, I know, I'm gonna stop saying I think. I know for a fact that not only is this ruining the relationship side, but just human interaction, you know. Uh, Anytime I go outside, I already could get a feel of what type of people click within each other. So you may have like the different types of groups set out. You know, you may have the skaters, the people that work in public office, restaurant workers, artists, businessmen, businesswomen. You may have the old heads, minority groups, Caucasian groups. You might have Crips, Bloods, MAGA, just everybody, right? And because we're divided by ideologies and whatnot, this amplifies preconceived judgment even more. So much so that everybody kind of picks and chooses who they want to talk to based off of appearance, and if not more so, like race, religion, ideology, you know, all that stuff. And you know, man, human beings are we are probably the most divisive beings on earth. You know what I'm saying? We're sure as hell not animals, but we do have animalistic tendencies, especially when you break down the psychology of relationships and communications and how we interact with each other. But in a public space where it's kind of free form of everybody out there, kind of like in a chat lobby or in a game lobby, a lot of people just have this like preconceived judgment and just overall like a pick and choose type of mentality of who and who not to talk to, you know. It's funny, man. You could probably not agree with a lot of people out there, but who knows? You could end up being friends and you could end up being real close with somebody. You know, you never know. But because you judge them based off of appearance, you know, you kind of put up this barrier. But it's just how the world is, you know? Like, it's not a bad thing to have preconceived judgment from time to time. Uh, your intuition, that's where that plays. That's where that comes into play. But I believe in what somebody says and how they articulate themselves, what their mantra is, all that stuff. That's what I take into play. Appearance, I don't really, mind that. I'm open to all ears, but they want people, or I'm gonna just put it like this. Everybody is in their own type of box, and it's really up to you if you want to stay in that box or if you want to connect and build with other people. After being in my house for so long, like, I've realized there's a lot of time I've wasted just sitting in my room all day and not reaching out or talking to people in person. Most people don't even want to get outside their own house at all, let alone travel. But that's how it is, man. Preconceived judgment. We judge based off of appearance, height, body types, skin color. That's a huge one. This is a bunch of nonsense, man. Like, you could look at however you want to see somebody from the outside, but it does sound corny, but it's what's on the inside that counts. But this is a lesson a lot of people will not learn until they're in their late 60s or 70s, man. But I see it clear as day, People end up meeting somebody later along in life, and I'm not talking relationship wise, like you're getting with this person, but even from like a informative / informational, or just to get some insight. Some people may end up just linking with somebody or talking to somebody that can end up changing their whole perspective on life. But this is how I observe preconceived judgment or notion. And in society today, man, a lot of people just, I see it within the US mostly. Other countries around the world, they have their own, ideologies and stuff like that. But let me know what y'all think, man. Do people have too much preconceived judgment? Are we as human beings too harsh? Where we're at in the world now, will people, I guess, change their mindset? Let me know and give me your thoughts in the comments. But I'm out.